welcome back to the show. We're joined by a very special guest. Special because Ed Hansen knows things about gardens that I don't know. And he's going to be talking about the home show, the Home and Garden Show. Wow, it's a tough one again. I don't know what's going on.
It's a good one.
I know, and I would love to talk about all of the events and the garden that you have inside there. That's amazing, Ed. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be really exciting this weekend. People are going to get treated. Last year, everybody took off. There was a bunch of builders from Landscape Ontario, and we really set a trend and started, push it for this year. So there's 9 builders, and they're all going at it. It's a bit of a competition amongst us for sure.
You set the bar high.
Yeah, last year was pretty good. We came in second, but I've said this before. I'll say it again. Our team doesn't like second place, so they are going to shoot for first, and it's an extension of the guys in our team and how good they work and the quality of work that they do for sure. So
and how did this come about? I mean, when you think about the Home and Garden Show, I'm thinking I'm going to learn about some tulips and off I go. But this is much bigger. How did this grow to such grandeur?
Well, interestingly enough, I think we're the capital city. It's funny because we really don't have a garden show.
Right.
So everywhere else we do. So you go to Toronto, there's a garden show. You go to Vancouver, there's a garden show, but we don't have one here. So I think the goal of the people that run the home show was to actually bring something like that here to Ottawa. And in doing so, people don't just go to the home show to catch all the other sort of things that are there, your classic trade show type things. But in this case, they are going to come, no more winter. You're going to see plant material that's in bloom. You're going to see brand new products. You're going to see old twists, new twists on old items, things like that. So it's inspirational, right? You're going to come and you're actually going to think, okay, I'm going to be back outside some point. I'm going to be happy again because I can breathe fresh air as opposed to being cooped up in your office all the time. So I think that's the biggest thing. So people will come, but people will come specifically just for the living landscape section of the show.
Yeah. So how do you build this landscape? Because have you already started now for this weekend?
Yeah, our team started on Sunday at 10 a.m.
Wow.
They worked the first day. They worked until 6 p.m. Actually, that's a great depiction.
Oh.
And then yesterday, our guys started at 8 a.m. and they went until just before 10 p.m. So it's full team. You're going full pin. So the hope is that we're done by Wednesday.
Okay. And you're sharing space with the other 8.
So the whole floor space is about 30,000 square feet, and then everybody of the 9 builders, we all have different sort of sections. So if I'm not mistaken, this year there's 9 builders, and then there's also a small little beer garden, which I think is probably a very good feature. But everybody's builds are different. Everybody has some really unique things, different products, different ideas. That was last year's show.
Yeah.
And again, I no offense to last year's show, which I think it was great. This year's show is just
blow it away.
Oh, absolutely! Like everybody upped it a notch. They saw what could be done, and then now it's okay. Wow, we could do that. Well, let's do something even bigger and better.
Well, you've got the inside scoop, so tell us what's hot. I need to pluck some ideas for my own yard.
Well, everybody wants to sort of. I think the biggest thing is to get outside.
Yes.
And how do you do that? Well, you're not going to get outside if it's horrible.
Right.
So you got to find a space that you're going to want to live in. So what do? We bring kitchens outside. We bring seats outside that are comfortable, seating areas that are comfortable. Like sometimes in a cold winter night, you might curl up with a book and get a comfy chair. Well, it's no different on a summer night. You might want to get a nice summer night and get outside with a glass of wine, or in the morning with a cup of coffee or tea. Get outside, have your space. So you got to create those spaces. And it's not just about how much money you spend. It's just being really intricate with what you do and how you spend your money on things like that.
How do you treat that space when we have Canadian weather? How do you deal with the hot, it's cold, it's, sometimes it snows in July. These things happen.
Well,
it's not July.
That's a bit extreme.
All right, maybe not July, maybe
extreme.
June, but
But no, I get what you're saying, and I think the biggest thing is you have to live in the moment. Like we have 4 very distinctive seasons here, and I think that in the spring you got to enjoy the warmer weather. It's getting warmer. In the summer you got to appreciate the heat because it's hot. And then in the fall you got to appreciate the leaves turning, and you got to appreciate being outside with maybe a warmer drink or maybe something in your drink, that kind of thing. And just enjoy the space outside, but you got to live in the moment of the season and not think, oh, I miss this, or I mean, it's always sad when July goes because we know that that's the next.
No.
Listen
to you, season
we're not there yet.
changers.
See, so you have to live. That's what I'm saying. You gotta live in the moment.
So how would you say you will differ from the other builders that are going? Are we allowed to sneak a little?
Yeah, for sure. One of the things with us that's really unique is we're using a lot of natural stone products. So most of the other builders that you're going to see, they're using a lot of man-made products. Nothing wrong with that. It's just something that sets us apart. Our company works with all sorts of materials. I think our guys are, you know, I'd like to say they're Renaissance because they're very skilled in many things. Very hard to work with natural stone, so it takes a very skilled guy to do that. So we have a great team that can do that. All of our stuff, there's natural stone, but also some old world charm that has a new twist to it. So some of the entrance ways from the stairs and elevation changes have some really neat, interesting kind of changes in it. And so, like I say, you'll look at the product and it looks like it's old, but it's actually a brand new product with a twist to it.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's really
Yeah,
exciting.
and I think that's what I love about this home and garden show is you just don't know what's out there until you walk and through it and see it.
Well, I like that you say that there's
Yeah.
twists on everything because to me, you know, it's outside. It's grass. It's, you know, we live in Canada. We think that grass is natural to here, and we put it out there in the front yard. So I'm thinking, what could possibly be new? But you're coming up with these amazing new ideas how to use the space. It's just like feng shui in your home, but outside.
Yeah, you have to, you know what, again, if you're going to enjoy the space, you better have something that draws you to it. So you'll never go into a room if you don't have something in it that will draw you there. You know, culturally, we go to dining areas typically, right? So you have a dining room table, we culturally go there. If you don't do that outside, you know, what do you do outside? You barbecue, you share food, you share even a quiet moment with somebody. You know, you're both reading together, but, you know, you're reading the newspaper or maybe you're on your tablet. But, you know, you're doing something, but it brings you outside. And those are the things that just inspire you. Anything that inspires you to get outside. Some people, it's plant material. We have some customers that we've done things for where it's a plant that blooms for 3 days a year.
Wow.
And they literally focus on that 3 days a year. And it's interesting because I had a customer last year who wanted a specific crabapple tree. And his sole focus, when I said to him, are you sure you want to, you know, go after this specific thing? And he said, yeah, some people live for Christmas and it's 1 day a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That's true.
It's a really interesting way to
So
put
your
it.
weekend is
Yes.
done. We are booked up and hooked up
Spring
and
is
ready
on
to go.
its way. We're ready to
Absolutely.
get outside, bring your inside out. Thank you, Ed Hansen. You always have the best information for us.
Thank
and
you.
you can meet him in person.